Have you noticed that everyone is rich all of a sudden? At least that's what it looks like if you're on social media. But behind the luxury cars and the designer brands, many are struggling just to keep up the illusion. First and foremost, people aren't as rich as you think they are. For instance, I can rent this Lambo for $100 an hour, but if you saw me drive down the street with it, you would assume it's mine. And why wouldn't you? Even Trump is out here lying about how much money he's making. Sydney Sweeney recently confessed that she can't even afford a 6-month break because she doesn't have the money to cover her expenses for that time period. She also mentioned that every time she gets paid, she has to pay her attorney, her publicist, her business manager a certain percentage of her pay. So a lot of the money is already spoken for. Because of this, she also admitted that she's had to take on extra brand deals just so she could earn extra money. Does this sound familiar? It's easy to assume she's rich because of her fame. Another thing I noticed is that everyone seems to be flying private nowadays. So I had to look it up and I came across this.
Some guy built a fake interior of a private jet in Los Angeles. They used like a movie set. They just rent it out to influencers so that they can take photos where it looks like they're on a private jet, but they're not.
So there's a studio that people can rent, take all these pictures, all that work just to flex on people. And it's so easy to fake that you're flying in private jets on social media. Another funny private jet story is from a few years ago when Lil Bow Wow posted this picture implying he was flying to New York on a private jet for some event. But someone actually snapped a picture of him sitting on a regular commercial jet with all the poor people, I guess. And the picture in question that he posted belonged to a charter company straight from their website. And he was trying to play it off as, oh, I didn't mean to deceive anyone, but, he got caught. And it gave way to something called the Bow Wow Challenge.
Yeah, just enjoy, a beautiful day at the pool, blessings every day, every day, blessings.
Next, let's talk about exclusive handbags. Handbags are to women, but watches are to men. And there's this article where they talk about how these rich New York women are buying fake bags instead of the real thing. And the reason is because the fakes are really good. You can buy a fake bag for $1,000 instead of $10,000, and nobody can tell it's a fake. So the fakes are getting really, really good. They look really authentic. And one woman in the article who was interviewed actually said, you can't build your wealth if you spend all your money on handbags. I would read the full article. It's a really good read. If rich people are buying fake bags, what do you think everyone else is doing? This girl went viral on TikTok talking about how easy it is to fake your wealth in LA.
I'm not naming no names, but I wish you guys knew how easy it is to fake being wealthy for the internet here in LA. A lot of those big money guys and your favorite creators don't live where you think they live. So up the street from here, we have this $100 million mansion that costs $90 an hour to rent out. A lot of creators rent that space once a week, film their content, and make it look like they live there. Rent a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, $99 an hour. It gets crazier because most people in LA have a following. Because to be a model or an actor, there's a lot of casting calls you can't go to unless you have a following. What used to happen is when you got with an agency, they would dump you a bunch of bots. Now most people realize how that damages an account, but the metrics are still there. And since most people don't know how to do that, they end up buying followers, likes, comments, shares, everything. So they can go to casting calls and keep their agency.
Next, people are in debt. Did you know that 56% of Americans cannot afford a $1,000 emergency? In 2023, credit card debt hit a record $1 trillion. Another type of debt that's pretty new is something called buy now, pay later. Companies like Klarna and Affirm lets you buy your item and basically take a loan from them and pay it off in 4 equal installments, interest-free.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
If you don't pay it off in the 4 installments, interest will get added. Since this is reported to the credit bureaus, it's referred to as phantom debt, so nobody really knows how much is out there. There's also something called doom spending. Basically, people are saying that the world is going to end anyway, so let me just spend what I have now and just enjoy it while I can, without having any idea how to pay off the debt when it's due. So when you're seeing this on social media, it looks like they all have money, but in reality, they're just spending and not knowing how to pay everything off. I remember once in my 20s, I wanted to go to Mexico with my friends, but I didn't have money. But I had just started working. So what I did was I put $3,000 on my credit card and flew there, came back and thought, I have a job, I can just pay it off over time. I ended up getting laid off the same week I came back from my vacation. It took me a year to pay off that $3,000. So you never know. This leads me to my last point, vacations.
Vangelis Makoris guides me through the highlights of his Instagram tours. Next one's even better, is it?
Next one is even
Okay,
better.
okay. For his clients, getting a holiday snap isn't just something you do when abroad. The photo is the thing, the whole reason for making the trip. This is the classic Santorini picture, and sometimes your clients will be here in Santorini just for the day, just to come and get this picture and a few others.
You wouldn't believe. I have guests that they come here with different sets of clothing, and every time we change the spot, they change. They take different pictures, like they spend here many, many days. It's how they like it. It's Instagram era.
So all I'm saying is when you look a little bit closer at all these things, they don't really, they're not really as they seem they are. A lot of people like to fake it for social media because, like the video said, the purpose of the trip is Instagram, it is the pictures. But this is all I have for this video. So let me know if you enjoy the content and let me know in the comment section what your experience is with this topic.
What was the biggest shock for either of you guys when you got to the industry?
Half the industry is broke. And that shocked me.
That's
I
a
would
good
see,
one.
I would
That's a good
see
one.
celebrities. I would be around celebrities, rappers, no offense, but a bunch of them that's like wearing all the big jewelry or on Instagram. It's all a facade. And that's when it was like, for me, I was like, wow, okay, I can breathe.